You're listening to The Hang with Mike Manson Waters and Matt Spice Floyd.
Make it longer every week.
It's out of control. We've added dog sound effects in
Woo,
too.
it's a party. Welcome to The Hang with Mike and Matt.
Hi, Mike.
Hi, Matt.
I think we need a shorter intro.
Shorter, longer. I'm trying to get my shit together. I was deleting files while that was going on to make sure that we had enough room on the hard drive.
I appreciate Joe Rogan's intro because it's been the same forever. It's just like trained by day, Joe Rogan by night, and then and then it just like poof, and it goes right into it. It's been the same like 12-second intro forever, and it's like, all right, maybe we'll do that one. The Hang by day. That's it, and then we're just going to that.
I think it's time for Joe Rogan. He makes like $200 million a year, and he should update that intro. He's being lazy is what it is.
That's great.
I'd be the same way.
Yeah, why change the recipe?
I mean, if you reach that level, it'd be quite, it's a little bit harder to stay motivated because you're like, that little things don't matter. I'm still making $200 million a year.
There's always the difference when you listen to like some of those podcasts and they just roll in and like they're already having a conversation, and then they'll be like, "Oh, we rolling?" It's like, "Oh yeah, we're up," that kind of thing. And if you go back to like the traditional like broadcast radio type, when you'd have somebody for an interview, typically you'd bring them in during a break, and then you'd hit your sweepers and your music, and it's like, hey, we're here with such and such, all that kind of stuff. The only show I ever heard really do it differently was Opie and Anthony, where they would just be chatting and they would just have the dude come in, but you couldn't tell if they were on the air or not, so then their guest would oftentimes talk a bunch of shit.
Maybe they did that on purpose.
They totally did it on purpose, but it was great because then the guest is like, "Oh, we on?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, we've been on. Like we've been on for the last 10 minutes." And the guy's like, "Oh," like I always liked that. It was a nice,
but that is
change of pace.
That's a way to not get guests back too, though.
It's true, and I don't really. I think that was sort of their goal too. I think
they don't care.
If you got it, you got it, and if you didn't, then you weren't supposed to be there a second time anyways.
That's true.
It's one of those things.
Talking about like the intros and the outros and the certain format and the way you do things, and back in our day. This is not that long ago.
Get off my FM signal.
It's not the 50s. It was in the 2000s. You worked at a radio station. There was a certain standard of audio and things that you had. You couldn't like produce a commercial as a disc jockey back in the day and give it to them, and it was overmodulated. They would say, "Do it again." I listen to the news and stuff, and you'll hear this audio on local news, like, and I'm like,
that's because
they approve this. The news.
That's because now the news reporters, they have their iPhone and they just hold the recording up, or they stick one of those iMics in there and they just shove it right in the person's face, and whatever the quality comes out, don't worry about compressing it or vocal leveling it out or anything like that.
It drives me crazy.
Yeah, it's some of those audio drops can be brutal.
So they have that, they rely a lot on the internet and iPhone technology and stuff, but they still got the guy and the girl reporter out there with a van and a generator going, there's not a hotspot or something we could do? No? They got a generator in a van? This is 2024. That's what it was when I first started in radio in 1990. It was a van with a generator. You're talking 34 years.
Dude, okay. Go old school here of the old traffic reports where, okay, so the traffic guys, like we would be in the in the secondary production room, and we'd get the traffic reports that would come down, and then we'd have to take them, put them into like the Orban DSE or something like that, edit them, tighten them up, and then we'd have to put either a music bed underneath of the helicopter sound effect, or what would happen was there was cart machines, which I don't know if anybody knows what cart machines are anymore, but basically like glorified cassettes. Is that the best way to?
I would say glorified 8-track.
Okay,
glorified
8-track.
Usually because 8-tracks are before your time, right?
That's true, yeah.
So 8-track looks almost just like a cart.
Okay, see, I'm looking at it going, this is a glorified cassette,
It's a glorified. It probably came out right after 8-track, or at the same time. That's the technology of the day.
Yeah,
big giant cassette. It's a big giant, thick cassette, thick ass cassette.
Blue, just blue as sin with a label on it. You'd have
good old
brown
days.
ones too, like dark
brown
ones.
Brown ones.
And then, but the traffic reports, they would come down, and then you'd have typically, I think back in the day it was like 6 cart machines, and then it pared down to 3 cart machines at some point in time or whatever. Anyways, but you'd have the traffic report in one. You'd load it up on a cart. You'd rush into the studio, play it off the cart, and then you'd have the helicopter sound effects on cart 2, so you'd have to hit them at the same time.
Yeah.
So it sounded like Gary McHenry was
on his couch,
high above the skies, and that dude, he
was working from home before it was cool.
Yeah, he was remote before remote was cool.
He was the first remote worker.
And he was doing all the traffic reports from home.
He was watching porn and doing traffic reports.
Are you related to him on some level?
He used to be my brother-in-law, and then I think he divorced my sister.
I've got some news for you.
Divorced.
They got
They got divorced, and then he died.
Mm.
He died fairly early.
Passed?
He died fairly. He wasn't that old.
Man,
He was probably. I mean, he's 10 years older than me. So
it wasn't a car accident, was it?
Nope. I went to his funeral.
Oh man,
He was there.
Did you report live?
I did. Ted Webb was there. That was about it that I knew.
Ted also passed, right?
Did he? I think he did. I don't know if he did. Probably did.
Well, this is a real sad show.
Yeah, it's a real bummer here. At the end of the
Yeah.
year, you remember all the dead people.
Man, and they keep dropping like flies.
Oh, I'm dropping my flies. I'm glad I didn't get the jizz.
The what? I'm sorry?
The job a bop. The job a bop. The job a bop.
Job a bop.
Come on,
what?
buddy.
Job a bop. Oh, okay. All right, I got you.
You are rusty.
I
3-letter word.
I didn't see that one coming.
Yeah, see, that's why.
Okay.
A lot of people, could be.
You didn't get any of it?
No.
Okay.
I don't get nothing.
Yeah.
I really don't get nothing.
Man, when they
So it's a nice. That's what irritates me when somebody pigeonholes you as like, you're a right-wing idiot who doesn't get this and doesn't believe in science and stuff. It's like, I'm not Republican, and I've been believing this for like 30 years. Before it was cool, I was believing it. Now I'm lumped in with all these morons.
Is the Joppe Bop still not cool to talk about, or can you expand on the Joppe Bop?
Still not.
Really?
Yeah, they'll get you for the Joppe Bop.
So weird. Well, can I say Joppe Bop? Is that?
You can say Joppe Bop.
All right. When I went and got the Joppe Bop, I was very hesitant. I didn't want the Joppe Bop.
No, you don't want it.
I didn't. But I did get 1 out of 2 Joppe Bops. I remember sitting in the chair at the CVS, and I'm going, I don't want to do this. I just didn't want it. It didn't feel right to me, and to this day, it doesn't feel right to me. And the lady comes out, and she's got the Joppe Bop, and
Here it goes.
she goes, "You're doing the right thing."
Oh my God!
Not only that, she did it twice. You know how you do it 2 times for effect? You're doing the right thing. You're doing the right thing. And I'm going,
that's propaganda.
yeah, and I'm looking at her, I'm going, I don't think I'm doing the right thing for me, though. Like, I don't feel like this is the right thing. And then she left out of the room, and, the cards, the vaccine cards, you had to have, the vaccine card at the time, and there was just a box of them in there, a box of empty vaccine cards. And I'm going, how many people in this room have just been tempted to just take a stack? You know what I mean? And just call it a day. You could have sold those on the black market on the deep web.
You definitely could have made big bucks.
And but I never went back for the second job, Bob. I was like, I'm doesn't feel right.
Keep our fingers crossed.
Yeah.
But those cards were jabron.
They were so jabron.
I mean, I guarantee you go anywhere and just show them any kind of card, and they're gonna go, okay. I mean, because all you get, well, I'm from New Jersey, and this is the vaccine. Okay, I think it was just this like cardboard, like insurance card,
Yes.
like you keep in your fucking wallet kind of deal.
Yes, and it had like a signed and dated thing, and like some sort of stamp or something. I don't even know if I have mine still. I'd love to see if I have it, just to see how jabron it was.
I think you could just fake it. I think guys in the NFL were faking it.
And why wouldn't they? You know, like
I would. If those guys are super healthy, maybe they're not into taking vaccines. Maybe they're the least likely to suffer ill from something like that than anybody. They're in top physical condition.
Yeah. And then did they make the players like high school? Because if you look at the timeline, college players that would have made it to the NFL they're in that window right now. You know,
for sure. Yeah.
So I wonder what the amount of college players they got it, because NFL there was a little bit of it wasn't a bargaining chip, but these players had a little bit more leverage, right? I mean, to go, or at least like the Aaron Rodgers of the world, to stand up for themselves and go, I'm not doing this, you know. But college players, they probably didn't have that sort of leverage.
You don't, because you're not gonna. Yeah.
So in other words, we're going to see NFL players dropping like flies in the next couple of years.
We shall see.
Perhaps, maybe.
When I got that rabies shot, I was like, man.
The $13,000 rabies shot.
Yeah. I was like, who knows what, in 5 years when I get, some kind of cancer, I'll be like, oh, well.
Well, the RFK thing's great because they were talking about, getting rid of all the vaccines. What about polio? And Mitch McConnell, when he was a youngster, suffered from polio. And I'm thinking to myself, like, one, how do we have a sitting member of the United States government that was a victim of polio? That was my first thing.
Can you get past that?
Right.
Good night.
It's like,
guy's 82 years old. He had polio, for Christ's sake. He fought in the Civil War. Can we get fucking real in this country?
He just got voted back in again, and he had polio. This guy had polio.
He's got how out of touch you are. If somebody who's had polio.
Yeah, tell me you're not qualified without telling me you're. So then that was the first thing that I was like, threw me for a loop. And then they go, well, Robert Kennedy Jr., what do you think about the polio vaccine? Because they're trying to get him, right? They're trying to get him.
It's not about getting news. It's about getting him.
Yeah, he's walking down the hall in the government building, because he's got to, shake hands and kiss babies and kiss ass to get his position or whatever.
He took extra growth that morning too.
Oh, he looked good.
And he did like a set of bench press.
Yeah,
too.
He had like 2% body fat. He's great.
He was walking into the halls like
he
like
was
a professional wrestler.
Yeah. He looked like Vince McMahon walking down. I'm juiced.
Whatever happens with Robert F. Kennedy, if he turns out to be the real deal or not, at least we got a guy working possibly in government. Looks good. He's in shape.
Yeah, he's got something.
I'm tired of these milquetoast, pudgy, panty waist Lindsey Graham mofos.
He's the only person in government with abs.
Let's get some beefcake in there. Come on.
See,
the girls still, a lot of the girls, you still gotta at least, you gotta be sexy.
Yes.
That's the only reason Lauren Bobbitt and
Anna Paulina Luna.
That's Paulina Luna.
Yeah.
Even Marjorie Taylor Greene, she plays.
Which I think she's got is she the one she's got that skank tattoo down there?
She looks like a bar skank. Does she not?
No, she does not.
And she acts like one.
She's
too,
great.
Right?
She might control our fate.
Yeah, that'll come back to me one
that
day.
tattoo looks fantastic on you, Mama. Don't let anybody tell you differently.
Oh, but she would whip your ass. Have you seen her do like some of her workouts and stuff? She's doing.
Boy, have I! Yeah. I love to watch our congresswomen and senators do workouts while the country's flailing in debt. Nothing I love more than to watch them do sit-ups.
I mean, I think she's a horrible person. I'm just saying. she's in shit. She would whip your ass. She's a strong bar type girl.
It's true. Yeah.
She would
smash a bottle over your head.
Whip your ass. She's there. People like her are just there as a distraction. They're completely, they're harmless. They don't do anything but just create a stir. That's all she does is create a stir.
They're like a mosquito where you know they're around. You got to deal with them eventually. Yeah. And then they get away. And you're like, I'll get you eventually.
God damn it!
I'll get it eventually.
Eventually. You could even blow a guy in a fancy theater and get away with it.
There's nothing.
He could honk on your boobs right there.
I mean,
not broad daylight, but
if Clinton did that in the Oval Office, I don't see a problem with her doing that there. Like, there's a double standard.
Equal rights.
That's right.
You are right.
She
should be able to get away with whatever sexual proclivities she wants. Because
that's right.
All the dudes get away with it.
Yeah, man. So no big whoop.
I apologize to her right now, Miss Bobbert.
To finish the RFK thought, when he was walking down the hall, some reporter's like, "And how do you feel about the polio vaccine? Are you gonna?" And he just goes, "I support it." It's like it was the worst news drop of all time. I support it. Because he's got the Vince McMahon look, and any other man would, without his affliction, would look at the camera and be like, let me tell you something about this. I understand the vaccines and polio, give a whole dissertation on it or whatever. He just, I support it.
It's so sad because as much as, you want to like him and listen to what he says when he starts talking, after you get a minute into it and you're like, I'll read the recap because I can't deal with it. And that makes me very shallow. But I find his voice is just so unbearable to listen to.
He needs Ned's voice. How great would that be if he could have some sort of device that whatever he spoke, I supported. Just a change of pace.
So we need to get RFK and some audio of him, video, and I'll transcribe it.
Yes, and then
I'll do the Ned voice under it, and we'll see if he's like, oh my God, how is this guy not president?
I think that's a fantastic idea.
Sounds like a lot of work.
It does sound like a lot of work.
It's hard to match lips.
Well, the Anna Paulina Luna, what do they get? God, I feel terrible because I should know this. What's their term? It's like 2 years?
As much as I talk about politics,
term limits are like,
I can't even tell you what a congressman is and the difference between a senator and a congressman. And I've been told and looked it up numerous times. It just I just can't bring myself to even care. 4 years, 2 years, congressman, senator, whatever. You're part of the group that go in there and fuck around and steal our money.
For a couple of years. Yeah. And then, I'm just thinking to myself, okay, if it's 2 year term, even if it's a 4 year term, but 2 year term especially, by the time you get in there and you get settled, it's time to lobby again for re-election. It's just like a nonstop thing of you only got so much time to get anything done.
How can you accomplish anything in 2 years?
Yeah,
I mean you can't change much. You could do things that might change the future, and people go, but you can't actually change a lot in 2 years because it's ingrained.
You can talk about. In your next term, you're going to do this, but in the next term, you're still not going to be able to do that, and you're going to end up going, well, my next term, I'm going to do that. And you're kicking the ball.
I think if you're a 2-term president, by the time you're into your second term, you would be able to see results if you were doing positive things. I think you would. I think you would. I just don't think it happens because they don't do positive things. You see a lot of results, right? You see wars all over the world. Like the Afghanistan war. That's a big change. The president did that.
Well, even today, I'm listening, and trust me, we're not going to get political. But I think it's more of a funny observation. Is another government shutdown is looming, and if they don't pass this thing, the government could shut down by March. And I swear to God. Does it not feel like every time there's just another government shutdown looming? It's wait, they're going to shut down again, and then they want to now they're asking to raise the debt ceiling and do all the this to make it bipartisan, blah 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 blah. And I'm just thinking, you know what? Fuck it, shut it down. Just shut it down. Like I don't even care at this point. Like maybe they need
I
to be
don't
taught a lesson. And I know it's
nobody cares.
I don't
even
know
know why
deeper than that.
I don't know why they're doing it for a big distraction, but I'm like, don't shut it down. Shut it down. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe we just shut it down.
Yeah, let's see what happens. You know, they always say they're going to shut it down.
Yeah, and then at the 12th hour, they don't shut it down and they extend some things. What about this time? It's a little different. What about this time we just go?
Let's roll the dice. See what happens.
Shut it down.
Shut those bastards down.
Shut it down for a while. See where this thing goes.
I think that's a good idea.
Oh my God!
Shut it down.
How about these drones, dude? I mean, last week we were here, and I mean, this is just a short week ago.
Real quick.
Oh yeah, of course.
I was going to say, in the last 20 minutes, I think there's probably been more pops on this show than any potential radio show, let alone stream.
I
mean, and you know, I've looked at the analytics on our podcast, and we are in the top 25% of all of their podcasts.
That is very true. So you got CC'd on that one. I was going to tell you.
Oh, I did. Did I? I didn't see it.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, that's facts.
I mean, I looked it up, but did you tell me that?
Oh no, I added you to the account, so I didn't.
Okay, yeah.
I thought I had sent you a thing. Never mind.
And no. And so I see, you know, most of it I see and go, well, I don't really care about that. But there's a couple of things that I check out, you know, every week, and I saw that one. I was like, oh, that's interesting. And I was like, oh, wow. I mean, you know, not that far away from the 10%.
That's right.
You know, that's pretty.
One of our hot countries, Bangladesh.
I was surprised at the countries, because you know, back in the day when IO, we did reach, you know, a lot of countries. You know, cluster F, we had a map in the room.
Yeah, the heat map.
And it was like
of where to send golden tickets.
And it, you know, it had we had countries on it. There's, you know, people in Iceland, people in Israel, people, you know, in Russia listening. You're like, well, that's crazy to think.
Yeah, it is pretty cool.
Back in the day. Back in the day. So this podcast has people listening. I can't remember. There was some interesting countries, but I don't remember.
I do think South Korea was legit, like one of the top countries. Canada was pretty strong.
Canada's always strong.
Yeah.
Canada. Boy, at the height of our careers, we should have moved the show just to Canada, and we'd be made men, just made men.
Those Canadians ruled.
Boy, they love.
Did you see the video?
They love the show so much.
Did you see the video of Trudeau? And I don't know if you can use. Can you use the word on here? I don't want to say it.
No, you better clear.
Actually, I don't want to say it anyway. It's not a great word.
No.
Okay, I didn't think so.
Oh, it's a fantastic word.
Well, there's a kid,
but used in the right context.
Yeah, there's a kid running next to.
That's not cool. But going, man, look at this.
Yes.
Behind, you know, it may not even necessarily have to do with
that.
The meaning of this. It's just a good word.
There's a kid.
Oh God, I love that word. That's why Ned can't play any bits on this show. He says it. That's all he says.
There's a kid running next to Trudeau up there, and he's just running on the street with him, literally. Like Trudeau's just going for a jog.
A jog, okay.
And the kid rolls up next to him. He's like, "Hey," and then he's like, "Hey." He goes, "Look at this," and then just takes off. Basically, just called Trudeau that. And then just, but it was great because Trudeau's like, what? Like, wow. It like hit him out of nowhere. Like you've got this citizen, this just kid jogging next to you, and he just hits you like that. Just bam. A quick one. In and out.
A lot of lack of security for the prime minister up there.
That's true too. But didn't Clinton used to go for jogs?
He would.
And he would catch security off guard or something. He would go to jogs and
go to
then
McDonald's
or something. Weird move. Seems like I guess you're evening out. You're going for the jog, and then you're eating McDonald's.
Yeah, you know, maybe I'll get some night, but I gotta have that egg McMuffin, man. I don't know.
Man, he looks creepy now.
Yeah, he's old.
He's old,
he's
but
withered.
But he still has those eyes that are always staring at, you know, chicks around him, and like now you see him, and he's got, like, ew.
He's probably got old leches like that. They never stop. They can't put it to bed. He can't go. I'm 82. Maybe time to tone down on the creep factor. No, That's what they're all about.
And then Hillary, when she gets undressed and just takes off her Spanx or whatever the hell is sucking all that in, like it's got to be brutal.
What's going on with that?
I don't know what's going on with
We
that.
were going to talk about the drones, and I interrupted you, and then we didn't get back to it.
The drones.
I think real quick, as I interrupt you again, I'll try. Jamie the plumber 420 cheered 1,000 bits. So I missed that one.
This
Jamie.
is our last show before.
It's the last show of the year.
Yeah.
Holy, the time flies. The last show of the year.
That's right.
The last hang.
So cheer them bits.
Cheer them bits.
Yeah, the drones.
Drones.
Okay, so a week ago.
See, that's the American news cycle. I'm over it. I'm totally over the drones.
That's exactly what I was getting at. It's like, okay, a week ago, we were sitting here in this chair going, this is not getting nearly enough press in the mainstream. And then I got home, and then the next day, on like Thursday and Friday, it was all the rage. All of a sudden, everybody's picking up on it, and it's out there. I'm going, finally, yes, great. And then now, a week later, it's like old news dropped from the news cycle. The most plausible explanation that I've seen is the nuclear radiation thing, which, okay, I'll take that. That seems plausible.
Maybe.
Seems like the best explanation of anything.
The Ukrainian nuke or the other?
Whatever thing is missing and they're trying to locate it.
Yeah.
I can, that at least seems like a working theory. But the guy from the Homeland Security interview, that was like brutal because he's basically going, nah, what you're seeing aren't drones. You're mistaken. Well, there might be a couple drones up there, but you didn't see what you thought you saw. It was like a weird word salad thing of going,
oh, yeah.
This guy's calling everybody in America a bunch of assholes is what he's doing. Anybody who witnessed it or have seen it or saw video of it or anything, he's calling you a liar and going, no, you didn't see that. Now, you might have saw it, but you didn't see what you thought you saw. And if you did see what you thought you saw, you may have saw, but you didn't see it. It's like, what just happened? That guy was...
It's Donna, for as long as I can remember, she's always like, oh, this is a test. This is a test.
Yep.
It's a test to see how we react to this.
A psyop,
and the government pretty much bold-faced lying and everybody knowing they're lying, and there's no repercussions. And they're just lying, and there's plenty of people who can see it. And a lot of experts out there weighing in, and these experts aren't saying, it's just planes. They're not saying that. So it's to see how we'll react, I think. Because like you said, I'm already over it, so they can pretty much do whatever they want, and after a week we'll go, whatever. Leave me alone. I'm just trying to survive here.
Well, I was to the point where I was getting so like frustrated with the news cycle and them not covering it. I couldn't wait for the sun to go down. And I could not wait to like, hey, it's dark out. Let's see what's going to happen tonight, right? Like winter, like it's almost like on Halloween. Like, is there going to be trick-or-treaters? Like, what's going on? Like, that's how I was feeling.
Is this it?
Yeah.
Is this the night the aliens will reveal themselves?
Yeah, and then the news cycle just kind of, I don't know. It's just, now it's gone. It's sort of there, but not really there. But it doesn't matter because you didn't see what you thought you saw.
It wasn't really that much there either. It was mainly on online. Internet. The thing, they talk about the it's a Ukrainian nuke that was stolen during the conflict and was sent to America. And it sounds like a bunch of horse shit to me.
It's like a plot of a Die Hard movie.
But if there was a nuclear warhead somewhere in that region,
mm-hmm.
they would bring out their radiation detecting drones and they would operate them and try to find it, and they wouldn't tell anybody, and they would lie about it because you can't figure everybody out. You can't evacuate like how 10 million people, right?
Yeah.
You can't. It would be so they got a lot, but I don't believe it's true. But this is what they would do. But they probably know that this is what we would figure out that they would do.
It's all so strange. But then, like, they had those radiation maps, and they're going, "Oh, the levels have spiked in this area, and selfishly, I'm just going, so where's Tampa at on this thing? Like, I'm going, all right, I maybe know a couple people up in that area, but what about Tampa? Where's my immediate?
I'm not seeing no
family.
drones.
Yeah.
I think we're okay.
Although I did look up in the sky a few times because I was kind of like not hoping to see one, but it would be interesting to see one. You know, it would really be interesting.
I go out every night a couple times. A lot of times I'm feeding the horses and stuff, taking the dogs out, and I always look up at the sky. You know, just look at the planes, the stars, and just go, "What the hell is going on with this?" And so lately, I'm going, let's see if there's any drones. And is it coming down? Is that what's going to happen? It's going to be everywhere.
One of the experts, I think it might have been the same guy from the Homeland Security. He said that people are mistaking them for planets, and I'm going, what in the, like? How many planets? Like what, that of all the bullshit? Like that one might take the cake of like, no, they might have been planets. And then
is that more bullshit than the congressman who came out and said they were Iranian drones from a mothership off the east coast of New York?
No, I believe that guy more. I believe the mothership theory more than the planet theory. You know, like, and on top of it, if it was like, there's just so many things wrong with it.
Yeah,
it's like you could just poke holes in it all day long.
That's why it's got to be a psyop.
It's. I'll
Either
tell you,
there's an actual nuke in New Jersey, or it's a psyop.
If
That's
it's a
what I
psyop,
say.
bravo, guys, bravo.
Bunch of assholes.
I mean, all right, you got us. That's fun. It was fun. It was fun.
And what's the psyop? What's the main goal? So that's we'll find out. I'm sure we'll find out.
They'll let us know when the time is right.
When the time is right. When they psyop us again, the ultimate psyop.
Or when they, when 3 months down the road, they take people into custody and say that they've found this nuclear device, and thank God we saved our country from this threat. Months back when those drones were flying around, yes, in fact, we were doing an operation and we saved the country. And the people behind this, Iran.
You got it.
Or Russia or China. Name, pick your enemy.
Pick whoever, the flavor of the day.
Yep. And then it's off to the races.
Yeah, boo.
Hopefully that's not the case.
Boo.
But,
Yeah.
if you're talking game theory.
And I see a lot of stuff on the internet. People are going, videos of them, I feel as if something big is happening, or they're having the cross. It's like, that's what they always say. That's what they always say. Last election, I mean, like 2 elections ago, they say Trump was going to unleash the rods of God, which are tungsten rods that orbit the Earth, and they're going to come down on China with absolutely no radiation and destroy it. Yeah, there's always something it's always Trump's gonna arrest all the pedophiles. Nothing's ever gonna happen. Just the same old shit. I'm thinking.
Right now, it might feel pretty good to be one of those couple astronauts stuck in space and just looking down at the place and going, you know what?
Yeah.
Just let us hang out here for a while. Y'all get your affairs settled down there. Come get us, when all this is handled.
Can you imagine you watching the nuclear war?
Oh, from the space station,
and you realizing there ain't nobody. They just blown up NASA. They've blown up all of Elon's shit with their nukes, and there's nobody coming to get you, ever.
Take that little red pill that they gave you on the way up, and you just.
They probably got bottles of red pills.
Call it a day.
They're like, you're just me. You don't want to be without. When you want one of these, you don't want to spill and go, where's my red pill? Where's my red pill? Yeah,
what if you lost the red pill and you go, oh no, I can't even find the red pill.
Now I gotta die of lack of oxygen in 2 weeks.
That would suck.
It would suck.
That would suck. Oh my God.
Yeah, I would never be an astronaut.
I would. Well, I wouldn't. I can't. When I was 6, I would. That was the dream. That was the ambition. When I was 6, I remember like buying a book called like the Space Shuttle Operator's Manual, and I was like, oh, this is crazy. And I memorized all the stuff of like all the gadgets and gears at that time. It was the old school space shuttle.
Way, man.
I was going to be an astronaut, and then life came and smacked me in the face and says, that dream's not realistic, son. Move on with your life.
Boy, That's a lot of work to be an astronaut.
Well, and on top of it, I saw
smart. And
I saw the
everything.
Challenger explode, and I was like, you know what? I don't know. That doesn't seem. That old jalopy in the sky just took a lick. I don't think I want to do that.
I'd like to know the percentage of astronauts that fly that have actually flown into space and the amount that have died, and see what percent that is. That's got to be one of the most dangerous professions there is. There's 2 shuttles, guys at NASA burning up on the landing pad, and the Russians kill people all the time. It's a dangerous profession.
And then forget about all the monkeys that passed away in the pursuit of all this madness. Remember you used to see those little pictures of the monkeys in like the
strapped in
little Apollo rockets? It's just like
poor monkey.
Like, the monkey did nothing to deserve this. The monkey can't even control it. What's the monkey doing? All you're doing is seeing how quickly the monkey's gonna freak out and die when you launch this thing.
Then one time the monkey come back alive. You're like, we did it. The monkey lived. Yeah, 1,000 monkeys.
That monkey's got PTSD. He's like, don't talk to me. You don't know what I've just been through.
Shot him right in the head. Them Russians bastards.
But we went to the moon, so it's no problems there. Everything.
The more
everything worked out fine.
Did you hear that those 2 that are stuck up there are still when they were supposed to come back? I think it was in February, and they've delayed it again.
Yeah,
So they're going to be up there for like 10 months. They're supposed to be there a week.
They might be better off. I mean, seriously.
Here, this is from Lynn Carr.
I always doing a live.
Oh man, we're just
a
opening your
package,
mail
live
on
package.
the air.
He said to stick it on your computer.
Screen share. Come on, Mike. You can do it. I can't do it. I can't.
You know what you need? Again, you need another monitor.
I'd probably be so confused.
I know, but you gotta get another monitor.
Hey,
nobody's working all this on one monitor.
Hey.
You're the only one in America that's working all this operation, all these tools on one monitor.
That's true. It does present problems.
It does.
A lot of problems.
We gotta.
It's good, but screen share, because I'm going back and forth. I'm going cameras when we're talking. We could be watching a video, and then we start talking about it. And after like 20 or 30 seconds, like, we're going to be talking about this for a while, and I go to that, and then we talk, and then I go back to the video, and I forget to screen share it.
I got you.
And this sign, Lynn, can you send me another sign that says, Mike, look at the screen share sign that I sent you before, and then send me another. See, it doesn't matter. It's a hopeless situation.
We got to figure out a second monitor. That's going to solve a few of your problems. I'm thinking.
See,
Methinks that might help.
You weren't there when we were on Twitch on the old show, and every day we would have to go screen share.
Oh, same issues and everything. Just one of those things.
It's just a thing. It's you go back to the video, you don't think, because that was another button you got to press to the cameras, and you're a disc jockey, you never press no camera buttons. You're not thinking visual. Yeah. I'll try, Lynn. We'll try.
It's a great sign.
I will put the sign up, and we'll see
good.
how quick I completely forget about it.
That's pretty good.
Which could probably be very soon. The more I see the moon landing and think about the moon landing, I said, there's absolutely no way we went to the moon. We can't. They just delayed it again. They say we're not even going to try to go back to the moon again until 2027 because we got a problem with the heat shields on the return capsule. And I'm thinking, there was like 17 or NASA missions that all came back. They all came back through space in the capsule, and they made it through those temperatures.
Sure.
And this was 50 years ago. 50 years ago. And you can't do the heat shields again? You can't do them better? You can't even do them better than they did in the fucking 60s?
Just show me the flag. Just show me the flag on the moon. That's all. That'll solve this once and for all. Just show me the flag.
Do they show you the flag?
I've never. I mean,
why can't you see the flag? Or can you see the flag?
I mean, only time I've seen the flag is when they post the pictures of it. Those famous images.
But if we can see with these telescopes into other galaxies and other whatever they call them,
Yeah.
So why can't we see a flag on the moon?
It's a good question. I don't know. They zoom in, and then it's just, haha, gotcha.
Dave Primavera subscribed for 8 months. Thank you very much, Dave Primavera. Woo! Morris riding golf carts and hitting golf balls, having picnics on the moon. I ain't buying none of that. Then the thing.
Did they hit golf balls up there too?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so wouldn't the golf ball still did it show the golf ball landing at all? Like,
I think it would eventually.
how did the golf ball even?
Eventually, it would come down. Eventually.
How did the golf ball even just sit on there on the surface to hit it?
He teed it up.
But there's no gravity. It
was made of lead. It was a lead golf ball.
A lead
No,
golf
I don't
ball.
know. I made that part up. I never thought about that. How did the golf ball sit on the tee?
And in such
It
a,
was a magnetic tee, and there was a small. I don't know how they did. That's what I want to know.
And
I've
when
never
you're
heard
packing-
that question before, we need to.
when you're
research
packing
this.
for this trip to the moon, and you're going, okay, got some socks, got some underwear. Hey, don't forget your 9-iron. You know you're going to drive some balls on the moon. Don't forget your iron. Like in that capsule, in that craft that was pretty small, relatively speaking. I mean, after all, they had, go-karts and everything else in there, right?
Like to get that go-kart in there.
But they had room.
Big ass go-kart.
They had room to just, throw a set of clubs in there.
Put a couple balls.
Yeah. Don't forget the golf ball. That would suck if you forgot the golf balls and you're like, I got the driver. I brought my Big Bertha. No lead golf balls.
Can't remember the footage but I mean, how much force are you generating in the lesser gravity?
Yeah, wouldn't your swing
Are you
be
swing slower or not?
your swing? I mean, theoretically speaking, if you see them move around, it's like half speed, right? I mean, all their jumps, because you've seen people like double speed it up, and it's just like, it just looks like a person jumping normally. So your swing theoretically, I guess, would have to be half speed.
You would think.
You'd think.
Let's see. He said, "Okay."
Now, is this actually legit? I really never saw them drive any balls on the moon. This is new to me.
Here's the footage. This is the footage from the moon.
And while you're looking that up, you might recognize what I have in my hand is the handle for the contingency sample return. It just so happens to have a genuine 6-iron on the bottom of it. In my left hand, I have a little white pellet that's familiar to millions of Americans. Drop it down.
This guy's talking in Navajo language.
So wait,
when talking.
A little white pellet. Is that like getting around it by saying it's not a golf ball? Like, what is he just?
I mean, he said
using that.
He said it was something. He was talking.
It says right there in my left hand, I have
in
a
riddles because he knows he's lying. That's what it is.
Right, like he doesn't want to get busted going, I have a golf ball. He's saying instead I have a
Pellet.
little white pellet, which leaves it vague.
What the hell's he talking about?
Watching the scene is so stiff I can't do it with 2 hands.
Now watch this drive.
A little sand trap shot here.
He's gonna do it one-handed. One-handed. That was it.
Got more dirt than ball inside.
I don't know.
More dirt than ball. Here we go again.
Oh,
He
he
still hasn't hit it. This is okay.
Looks like a slice to
took a
me.
mulligan.
Here we go. Three the die. One more.
One more. They're like, he's bored. They ran out of things to do on the moon. There's like, what do you do on the fucking moon?
You know, you're up there. You've got all these scientific experiments to do. Sometimes you just gotta
Sometimes you have a round of golf.
cut a rug and yeah.
What are they standing next to the lunar module? Is that a satellite dish? What are they standing next to? A spy giant? What is that? Is that the lunar module? Like right outside the lunar module?
That's.
It has to be because I think they didn't bring something that big to the moon.
I don't know what's going on there.
All right, so he's gonna hit another one.
Miles and miles and miles.
Bullshit
and bullshit and bullshit.
Bullshit. complete horse shit. Miles and miles and miles.
That man had the world's longest drive right there.
Miles.
And he gets no credit for it.
Miles and miles and miles. Not even believable.
It's still going. The ball is still
It's not even remotely believable.
still traveling.
If I had to bet my life right now, I would say we did not go to the moon. And you know, if I'm wrong, well, take me away. Take me away. So we got a hype train going.
Oh, we do?
We got an end of the year hype train.
Uh-oh.
You piece of shit!
End of the year hype
There it
train.
is.
Level
Have a
3.
great Friday,
Oh,
you
how did we get to level
motherfucker.
3? I must have missed all this shit. Fucking gabbing about the moon.
Oh, yeah!
Gabbing about the moon. Emerson Johnson cheered.
English, motherfucker! Do you speak it?
I love Strip Club Mike. Here we go. Strip Club
Emerson
Mike.
Johnson cheered tier 1 sub. He's cheered 1,165. That's unbelievable. It's ungodly the amount of subs he's contributed. John Raz gifted a sub. That's 109, buddy. Appreciate it, Sean. All right.
Wow.
Let me catch up.
Wow.
Jamie the Plumber, 300 bits. Jamie the Plumber, 200 bits. Jamie the Plumber, he's a one-man fucking band, 2,200 bits.
Corn Pop was a bad
Jamie the
dude.
Plumber gifted 2 tier 1 subs. He's just gifted 79. Thank you very much, Jamie. Sean Raz gifted another one.
Come on, man.
110 for Sean. Thank you very much, Sean. Sean, but
I got hairy legs.
got hairy legs. Dutchin 252 5 gifted a tier 1 sub. Thank you very much. Oh, it's out.
Shut the fuck up, okay? Shut the fuck up!
Hype train level 3, 90%. Jamie the Plumber.
I got hairy legs.
Another grand. I got hairy legs.
I got hairy legs.
Don't stop, Strip Club Mike. Make it happen.
It's a level. What is it? A level? Come on. Level 4 complete. Kevin JK. Kevin fucking JK comes in and drops 5K. Jesus God Almighty, Kevin JK. Level 5, 14%. Hot damn.
You piece of shit!
Kevin JK 5,000.
Piece of shit loser.
Ed's Navy 2,000.
Ed's Navy.
Ed's Navy's
Uh-oh.
the man. It won't show me Jamie's. It's all configured, so I don't know. He's cheered a shit ton. A shit ton for Jamie the Plumber. I can't even tell whether he's first or second. Maybe it's a tie. Level 5, 46%. And an end of the year, last hang of the year. Hype train. Jamie the Plumber, 1,750.
Cocaine.
Okay.
I have a loud voice, Shut the fuck up!
Last hang of the year, man.
That's it.
We gotta figure out when to pick it back up.
Later.
Yeah, later. We can March. We can March. We need like a couple months off. Just kidding. Just kidding. We're addicted to hanging. We can't deny it.
Much like last year,
Can't deny it.
there's a broadcast company that's interested, let's say.
Oh, a doll.
Yeah.
A doll.
We turned down the last one. We might have to do it again.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I mean, the constrictions. Think about the constrictions.
Yeah. Weigh it out. Weigh it out.
Kevin JK, 5,000 more bits.
Damn.
He will not be dethroned.
Who's the king bit today? Would that be Kevin JK?
I'd have to look on. I'd have to look on my the it's showing it covered up.
We should.
It's very poor.
And like I need to get out.
Maybe if I make it bigger, I'll make it bigger. I'll make it bigger, Matt. See if it helps. No, it didn't help.
Would it be
didn't help.
wrong, like if you're like the top bit cheer? Could we call you just like the biggest asshole, and that would be like a badge of honor?
Well, they're called the biggest dick lickers.
Oh, that's right. You already have that.
Insult I do the opposite of promotion. I'm an anti-promoter.
So who's the biggest dick licker tonight is the question.
I think
for the last hang
I'm
of the
pretty
year.
sure it's Kevin JK because he came in with the 10K.
Well, tell him what he is.
He's the biggest dick licker. And if you cheer over 10,000, you're the biggest dick licker.
Wow.
So he's the biggest dick. Quite an honor. He's won the trophy several times.
You're not gonna fall for the banana in the
I quit. I sent him a picture of the trophy.
Yep.
And I quit sending it to him because I felt that his Facebook Messenger would be full of nothing but penises, and I don't think he wants that.
Did he say splunge?
I think he wants to have to come up with a new trophy, perhaps. Not quite as graphic as an 18-inch double-sided dildo.
Yeah, that one was pretty graphic.
What are we doing here? 314 on a level 6.
A level 6?
A level 6 hype train. We had a hype train last week, I think.
Is Kevin JK still in the lead? Or did anybody else come in and snipe him for the biggest?
I gotta go to Twitch.
Uh-oh.
Because my graphic is not working on my computer. Says here, Kevin JK, 15,000. Oh my God! Did he cheer 15,000?
I think he's.
I missed a 5K.
I think this is some sort of sadomasochism thing. He wants you to call him the DL word.
Dick lick?
That's what he wants.
That's
what he wants.
He's in a leather gimp mask right now.
He's into it.
He's right now. He's spanking himself. He's saying, "Don't cheer anymore." And then he does. He's like, "I've been a bad boy." Jamie the plumber, 6,550. Ed's Navy, 2,000. Oh, Kevin JK said 5,000 was Monday. All right, I got you.
You are high as a fucking kite.
What's going on? Level 6, 2 minutes, 27%, and a surprise hang hype train. It's a lot of hype, Matt.
It is
a lot of hype. Don't forget Ned in your head. I think it'll be. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be Friday night. Friday night. Too busy this week. Friday night. Mark it on your calendars. What the fuck are you doing on a Friday night? You ain't doing shit.
What are we gonna do now? What are we
Watch
gonna do?
Watch Ned.
Let's get this mother crunk.
He's already written 3 brand new songs. 1 minute left. 27% on a level 6 hype train. On a Wednesday night. No show tomorrow.
Nothing tomorrow, huh?
I gotta deliver Christmas flowers.
Yeah.
Deliver Christmas flowers.
Duty calls.
What's going on? What do you say?
Duty calls,
Duty
man.
calls?
Yeah.
Duty calls. 52 seconds left. Level 27 hype train.
Fade it down slow.
Gefford Panzer.
Who?
Gefford Panzer. What's up? I don't know.
Is that a new one?
That's a new one.
I don't know about this one.
Yeah, you know, the chat will vet them.
Again,
we'll vet them.
we keep our circle tight.
Vet them. We're not looking for no trouble.
No.
We're not looking for any problems.
No outside hangers.
No, man. We're all cool. Everybody's cool. They're chill. Nobody gets mad. Nobody gets angry. Nobody says shit.
We just want to be, man.
We just want to be. We just want to hang.
Just want to hang.
If you don't want to hang, then get the hell out of here.
We don't want any lawsuits. Just want to hang.
Level 5 hype train success. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And don't forget Ned in your head. That's Friday night. That's Ned After Dark, actually, Friday night. So no Ned in your head this Friday morning. Got stuff to do. Can't be getting drunk. Can't be getting drunk and high before I deliver flowers.
That would be the best flower delivery ever.
And then I'll just stay dressed up as Ned.
Oh, dude. Will you? Do you think anybody would say anything if you did a flower delivery all day as that character?
I don't. There's so many new people out here.
Yeah.
I don't know. Plus, it's somewhat obvious that it's a disguise.
Even funnier though.
I don't think people would answer the door.
That's what I'm saying. Like now, everybody's got the Ring doorbells and stuff. Now you
Nobody's
see
answering
like
the door.
that, you'd be like, I don't know about this guy. I don't know about this guy.
Flowers for Melody. Open the door.
Who is it?
Flowers for Melody.
Who is it?
Lady Mandy goes the third. They ain't opening the door.
No.
not.
No, it's true. Good stuff.
Absolutely not.
Man, speaking of opening doors, actually, it's inconsequential. Now, I was thinking, I don't know why it got me like doors. I was where was I? Some plaza, and they had a Starbucks in there, and I wasn't going into Starbucks, but I just happened to be walking by, so I just did a polite thing and opened up the door for people to walk in, which I guess is kind of weird. Cause
yeah, it's totally weird.
I wasn't, but it was just,
you had nothing to do with the door or the business or anything. You're just walking by,
and there was it was an older lady, and I just decided to open the door for her.
You're gonna accost her.
I don't know. What it got me thinking was, goddamn, Starbucks, that smelled delicious in there, and like with the door, like it all wafted out, and I was like, oh, that smells great. But I'm not a coffee drinker, so I don't really know anything about it. But then
but coffee smells great whether you're a coffee drinker or not.
That's the thing.
It's a great smell.
But then I'm thinking to myself, like, that shit's expensive. Like, Starbucks is really expensive. I'm glad I'm not a coffee drinker, because if it was really good, it would be a real problem, And then I got my mind down that rabbit hole going, is Starbucks really that good? Is it worth it, or people just drink Starbucks because it's got some sort of cachet to it?
It's got some kind of cachet.
So weird to me.
Yeah, and I've never been.
You got like $9 coffees and stuff.
I've never been to a Starbucks.
Never?
No, I don't just get coffee. I drink coffee in the morning.
You a Folgers man?
No, at my house. I don't go out and I've never gone anywhere to get a coffee. But I've been at a restaurant, a breakfast restaurant, and got a coffee. But I don't go out in the morning to get a coffee. I just have coffee here. Why would I get it in my car?
I don't know. I mean, people apparently a lot of people do.
Like they get on their way to work. I get that, but I just never. I'm not a stop and get a. I don't get shit. Drive-thrus are a pain in the ass.
That's true. My wife drinks coffee, but she'll do
coffee.
that thing where she'll
drink
go
coffee every day.
But she'll drink one and she'll go, oh, this is not good. It's bitter tasting or something like that. And I'm thinking to myself, like, I've tried it a couple times. It was all bitter to me. It didn't seem. It's just not my.
Well, I don't know, because I put creamer and sugar and stuff.
Water. So you're basically having a cafe con leche is what you're doing?
I don't drink it black. No.
Okay.
I put put the Coffee Mate French vanilla creamer in there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure it's.
Did you dump a bunch of sugar in there or no?
No, I use the stuff that gives you brain cancer, the Sweet and Low.
Oh, there you go. Nice.
Yeah. Brain cancer is, hopefully, it's quick.
What's the
it's quick?
Well, if you go to like the gas station and you're looking at the coffee area, they got like all the different flavors and hazelnut and blah 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 blah, Colombian roast and house roast, whatever. But then you look at the creamers and you're going, okay, so this creamer is just able to sit out, and like, what's in that thing? That just a little creamer. What's in there for it to be able to just sit on a shelf for as long as it takes until somebody picks it up and decides to?
It's non-dairy creamer.
But
Lord knows what's in there.
What the hell is it? Like, RFK, can we start with the creamers?
Probably styrofoam. It's sugar,
wrapped in a vat of microplastics that's going to shrink your grundle.
What are you going to do?
I don't know.
You can't get away from the micro. Maybe the microplastics won't hurt you.
I do find myself sort of not heating as many things up in like the microwave in plastic.
I don't do. Yeah, I do.
I try to avoid plastic bottles now as much as possible, like water bottles, whatever. I try to avoid. I don't know why. It's too late for me. I've been doing this for 45 years. I can't. It's my grundle's shrinking by the day.
It's never too late.
But
it's never too late.
It might be, maybe not too late. But all the microplastics, like I don't know how bad it is over what period of time. Can it be reversed? Can you? Can you stop it? I don't know.
What is? I don't know. I don't know. I'm just on. I don't heat plastic up in the microwave because it just kind of makes sense that that's probably not good.
Yes.
Good. Whereas glass or ceramic is not going to do nothing.
But then I'm thinking about a microwave in general, and that's probably not so great either in itself.
I don't even understand. That's alien technology. That's the one that got out. The one the government let get slip out there. Oh, they found about a microwave. Oh, we'll just say it's a new invention. Do you think?
Now, we start the microwave and then we kind of run. We start it and then we run. We're like, start, and then we kind of like scoot away from it as much as possible. And then you think about it because, like, if you're on your cell phone and you're next to your microwave and you can't hear your call, like I'm on the phone with somebody, it's like, okay, something's really wrong here. Now we got a lot of different radiation, a lot of things happening here, which can't be healthy on any level.
No, he's got a little window, but you see it's got that little mesh, like a little black net thing ingrained in the glass.
That keeps it all safe?
Stops all the radiation.
That's it, huh? Just a little glass mesh thing.
Now it's like painted on. It's nothing. It's a decal.
What is that mesh thing, come to think of it?
Pretend radiation stoppage.
That's
never what it is. It's something to pretend like, radiation can't get through that.
When you were a kid, when I was a kid, this is the difference. Microwaves were, new technology. And YouTube wasn't a thing where you heard of microplastics or radiation or anything. So you would put that thing in the microwave and you'd get real close up to the thing. You'd press start and you'd watch it all melt. Super close to the window. You're like, oh, this is crazy.
It's almost, look at the butter melting. Yeah.
No, at no point in time did a parent ever go, no, don't do that. Get away from that. No, everybody would stare right in the window of the microwave.
And that may be why we're where we're at it as a society.
It's finally caught up with us.
I get it now. Oh, shit, we're late.
We're late.
We got to take a break. Go refresh our drinks. Micturate.
When we come back, we've got a lot more hanging.
We do. We're serious. We promise that we will be doing.
We're gonna hang so good when we come back.
I mean, if you thought the first hour
we're gonna hang so good when we
vortex going. If you thought the last hour of the last hang of the year was stellar,
wait till the second half of the hang.
You just wait and see.
We're gonna hang so hard.
I'm gonna find something. Let's see. Let's do it.
Trust us. We're gonna hang.
Trust us. We're gonna hang. And here's a little cluster F highlight. We'll be right back with more of the hang.
What is a crouton?
It's not tiny loaves of bread. They toast it and cut it up.
What is?
No, they must pre-cut it because it's all seasoned.
Tell me about it. I've never been able to unpack a crouton.
It's all seasoned. So
I've thought about this 100 times.
They cut up pieces of whatever.
It's
and
pretty
then
simple.
What is the whatever?
They probably
it's
fry
breadcrumbs.
and then they toss them in seasoning.
And then what? Dehydrate it. They send it to Mars.
Hydrate it.
How did they get the loaf
They
of
send
bread
it to Mars.
this big?
Are you stupid?
And then make a crouton. How do you get a loaf of
Why
bread
do you
this
say
small?
there's a loaf of bread this
Well, that's what a
big?
crouton is. It's a crunchy
It's
piece
not
of
a
bread
loaf
crust.
of bread.
Where do you
It's
get it?
bread cut up.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but the bread is so toasty.
Yeah, how do you get
gotta
it?
be.
It's
gotta
be
pre-cut.
Explain
it. It would shred.
Right?
If you tried to cut up a toasty piece of bread
That's
Yeah, you don't toast it and cut it up.
That's what I'm saying. But when you
got a
toast
portable
piece of bread,
oven, we'll
a
make
piece
some
of bread will
croutons right
shrink
now.
No matter
It's
what
the
you toast.
crouton challenge.
I would, if I had to guess, I would imagine croutons are baked at 230 degrees
For 30 minutes.
I would guess that they're fried.
As part of
Right,
as
see?
part of a loaf of bread.
Explain
you
to me what
you gotta dry the bread out before it burns on the outside.
like I said, I think it's a lot of dehydrating. I think it's where it's at.
I think
agree
we're
with
living
that.
in a simulation. There are no croutons.
There's no such thing as a crouton.
Somebody cheered something. Pool guy. 300 bits. Thank you, pool guy. Thank you, pool guy, for the post 11 o'clock bits.
You,
how about a post 11 o'clock bit resurgence?
if you look on YouTube how to make croutons, there's tons of people
Yeah.
showing
But
you how
none
to
of them
make
are
it.
actually explaining it.
yeah.
They just tell you.
They're lying.
They are lying. They
We
cut.
weren't saying
It
you.
always goes to a commercial right when there's a crucial step, and then they come back and they have croutons.
I don't think
I
anybody
think the
knows.
drones in New Jersey are making croutons.
That's because the only way we get croutons is from aliens.
Bro.
Because you can't really make croutons.
They're
They're
perfectly square
and
every
they're
time.
there's no fraying. There's
Yep.
no crumbling.
Technically,
all the
I think
same.
that's
Well,
true.
they have
made? How were
machines
they
that-
made?
Oh, now there's
Fuck your-
machines.
No, bullshit.
Bullshit.
And aliens
How
are
do you
making
make a
those
loaf of bread that
croutons.
small? Explain it.
Exactly.
Look it up, how it's made.
I've looked it up. It's the same thing as glitter. You get to a paywall, and they're like,
Why
"We're not
they-
telling
you look how croutons are made.
They
Black
stop you.
helicopters will come to
Yeah.
your house.
Drones
Don't-
land in your yard.
Don't Google
Yeah.
how croutons
He
are
asked too
made.
many croutons.
That's why they're
questions.
so expensive, Ryan, because they bake them and
Bro.
then they gotta shrink them.
Dude, I've
It
been
takes a
down
whole,
there.
whole loaf of bread to make one crouton.
They didn't use the shrink ray for anything else but making croutons.
Bake a whole loaf of bread down to this and then
mean,
shrink it.
I sound crazy when you say it like that, but explain it to me in a way I can understand.
I mean, the government was like, we could use a shrink ray to dominate the world. They're like, no,
Nope.
we're going to make croutons.
Okay, croutons with it.
That's the only way.
Well, it's right off of 54 there. I just
I know,
came
but
in the back.
to get here, you think you'd just be able to pull in. You got to go around 18 different things to get here.
I never come to this place.
Same thing with that McDonald's we went to. It's a pain in the ass to get to. What the hell are they thinking?
We're here,
Doing this shit.
Hangry Joe's.
We're here, Hangry Joe's, bitching about the location already.
So, do you want me to just go in and order, or what do you want?
We can stay out here and do a show.
You guys can stay out here and be assholes without me.
Doing what we do best.
Yeah, we could do that.
All right.
I mean, you can walk in.
What are you getting?
Walk in with her, scope out the place with the camera,
If you can.
give a quick commentary. then
Okay,
we'll-
I'm getting-
we'll come back to the car.
Just three,
All right.
like 3 chicken fingers, or more.
Okay.
I'll get a
Well,
combo.
Yeah, if you're getting nuggets and fingers, that's good. And then we're gonna get wings.
Chicken fingers, Korean nuggets, and 6 wings or 12.
I'm out of the wings.
6 wings.
6 wings. Maybe I'll see how many.
Think
if I can
about
get a
inflation.
Bigger, I'll see if I can get a bigger chicken finger thingy. You guys are staying in the car though, right?
I'll go in with you for a second.
You gotta unplug it. Buddy.
All right. Oh, tangled. Hangry Joe's.
Now I love Christmas. It's a Christmas song. Got your hands. Sing along. Christmas gives me a hard on. Who would have thought that the lights and bows would make me horny? Christmas, I don't know, I guess I got a dirty mind. But when I see Santa ringing that bell, I want to mount him from behind. Christmas presents, Santa's got his sack. But thinking about this time of year, I get a Yuletide Christmas gives me a hard on. Who would have thought that the lights and bows would make me horny? Christmas, sleigh bells, Santa's list is checked. And ever since December 1st, you know I've been erect. Christmas, milk and cookies, leave Santa some snacks. But I got a present just for you. I got a one-eyed elf inside my slack. Christmas gives me a hard on. that the lights and moans would make me horny.
Welcome back to the hang.
We're gonna hang so hard this hour.
I was gonna say we obliterated the fuck out of that last hour of hang.
I mean, the second hour of hanging this is always where it gets crazy.
Oh my god. Out of control hanging. Not for the faint at heart. Don't try this at home because you can't hang.
We hang so hard, like when I leave here, like I already have my music teed up in my car because I gotta decompress from all the sweet hanging.
Smooth jazz, perhaps.
Today's choice on the way home, I literally have it Sade.
Oh, smooth operator.
Going Sade on the way home. That's it.
Yeah.
The hanging takes it all out of me. I gotta mellow out.
Tomorrow, yeah, I'll have a big hangover tomorrow. I couldn't resist that. Huge hangover. I was driving around today, and the lady on the radio from 106.3, Florida's Greatest Hits in Spring Hill.
106.3? I've never even heard of this.
I know. I stumbled across it. They put. I'm so tired of the new music.
The Greatest Hits from Spring Hill?
Yeah, Spring Hill 106.3
Okay, go ahead. Continue.
Comes in pretty good.
Okay.
And she's talking about the album of the year. She's like, this is the album of the year. But it's not, any band that's currently playing. It's from the an album from the past. And then she goes, and curiously, 28 of the top 50 albums this year were albums from before. There was only like a very few groups that were on it that were new, and it was like, that sucks. It's just dying out. There's never going to be a great rock band again. There's never been.
Is it because, are they talking like literally like albums sold as in like greatest albums this year? Like what's the?
I think sales. They're talking sales.
Sales, okay.
I think they're talking sales.
Well, because a lot of these artists, they'll just drop one song at a time now. Just drop one a day. Like in some cases, like literally one a day. Just boom, boom, boom. Just get them out there. So. Yeah. Well,
what rock group is killing it nationwide and selling out arenas right now?
I don't know. The best part is like AC/DC announced a show here.
I know. How old are those guys?
They're old. But I was like thinking to myself, that concert and Justin Bieber are the two shows I've been to that were the loudest concerts I've ever been to. AC/DC and Justin Bieber. For real. Like it was like, oh my God. It was so loud. I had to get out. I was like, I couldn't deal. Like,
I mean, back in the day, you'd go to a rock concert and you'd get home and your ears would still be ringing for hours, and you think, did I get damaged? Did I damage myself? Because you just like, this is not good.
30 years later, I'm going, yes, I got damaged.
I never get. It's like I get loud, but it's like, why painfully loud? Why painfully loud?
Gotta crank it up, man.
211.
Gotta turn it up. Turn it up. Crank it up. Rip the knob off. There was a couple DJs that we used to work with, and they would occasionally like leave their headphones plugged in the studio or something like that. Man, and at that point in time, I was like, oh my God, that dude is gonna be crazy deaf.
Yep.
And I don't know what they're like now, but I know 25, 30 years of wearing headphones hasn't been great to my hearing. You know what I mean? Like it takes a toll. I could imagine being a rock band, even if the speakers are still in front of you. Remember back in the day, you'd have those bands with those big like Marshall stacks behind them, and then playing it right in front of them, like night after night. That's got to be maddening.
Like a lot of them got hearing, big time hearing damage. They did.
So a Spring Hill radio station, what is that like?
It's pretty. It's standard, but and then the DJs, they'll play two songs, and the guy will come on and he'll tell a 20 to 30 second anecdote.
Like what? Like Like a fun fact, or like
it could be a standard stuff. Fun fact, like the woman who talked about the top album of the year, or they got this one guy that does nothing but cheesy one-liners. And it's that kind of deal.
Who is the cheesy one-liner guy?
I don't know, but he's super cheesy one-liner guy.
Wait, the Grease Man.
Oh, that guy.
The Grease Man was like a legendary guy. I never really listened to him. I know when we were syndicated in Jacksonville or something like that, he was doing afternoons or something, but I never heard him.
He was way past his prime.
Is that what the deal was? So he was already past his prime when that happened?
And you would have to be... That would have to be your cup of tea. He was very, like, over the top, like Jim Carrey-ish, and his deal was he would tell stories.
That's what I remember hearing.
There would be outrageous stories, and then and they'd have the sound effects and everything, and he'd tell jokes.
So a real theater of the mind kind of thing?
Yeah, it was. I didn't care that much for it, but some people loved it. Some people loved it.
He was popular back in the day.
Very popular. But by the time he was outdated and past his prime by the time we worked with him.
What happened to him? He got, did he
didn't work very
was it like
long
a
there,
racist? No.
Did he immediately flame out or something?
I don't know. I think he flamed out in D.C. or when he was big before. Was it a racial thing?
It was some kind of racial thing. Oh, was that?
The amount of DJs that flame out from racial stuff is crazy.
I'm trying to think. I'm thinking, I don't know if this is Grease Man. I'm thinking it's Grease Man. But he got in trouble for a racial thing. And then it turned out that he did something down at the courts where he volunteered to help out. He was like for years and years, and he was like not
paying his penance kind of thing.
No, before.
Oh, before.
So he wasn't a racial guy. He was somebody who was actually out there trying to help, to help people, and he got effed for some reason.
Man, so okay, all right, yeah, I never really was familiar with.
If they want to F you, they'll F you.
Yeah, you ain't kidding.
They don't want to F you, some people that. Yeah, if you're on the Diddy list,
some people get a pass.
You get a pass for a while. You think the Diddy list will ever come out? I don't think it will. I don't think it's ever going to come out. I think it's just a bunch of horse shit.
Well, similar to what we talked about previously, I think even if it did come out, you're not going to believe the results of it, no matter what. So even if it partially came out,
it's a lose-lose.
It's a lose-lose.
Nobody's ever. Yeah, you're not gonna ever hear. Did you hear George Clooney got arrested last night because he was on the? You're not gonna hear that. You're not gonna ever hear it. I don't think you're ever gonna hear that.
And then there's, meanwhile there are like those celebrities and Hollywood types that they just really don't get into any trouble, and there's really no like bullshit in their lives at all, and they're just really good at what they do, but yet they get no credit because they're not in the middle of some sort of scandal or some sort of TMZ photography session 24/7.
That's what the people like.
Yeah, it's very strange.
There's a few who've trying to think of people.
That's the thing. There's plenty.
Like
but
Tom Hanks he was pretty much out of the. He didn't really get a lot of news. Him and when he's married the whole time.
But that guy's got a terrible rap right now.
And why is it? Why did they pick Tom Hanks? Or is there something behind it?
Dude, there are so many Tom Hanks conspiracies, and I'm thinking much like you're thinking. It's like Tom Hanks, like he seems a genuine, like he seems like an innocent sort of,
but
dude,
seems,
but you never really know.
No idea.
But like, yeah, they think Tom Hanks is into all kinds of stuff. All kinds of effery, from conspiracies
Epstein kind of deal,
holding his hands weird and in shapes, to having the symbol on the Wilson volleyball means something deep and secret. And I'm going, do you really want to dig into all those theories, or can you just take the man at his word for just, and if you're Tom Hanks, how do you defend that? You can't defend that. You can't come out and be like, I swear I'm not a satanic pedophile that drinks, blood. Everybody's going, oh, well, then why did you have to tell us that? Like, you can't, there's no getting out of it.
Or is he?
See, that's the thing.
I think he might be.
So Tom Hanks is out, and he seems pretty innocent.
Bill Cosby, you ever thought he was great? Or did Bill Cosby get framed for some reason? Did he?
I mean, he's out. Did Ted Danson ever do anything wrong? He seems like
He did he did
blackface?
Blackface when he was.
So dancing's out.
He's out. He's out.
So dancing's out.
No, he's in. He recovered from that nicely.
But
Nicely.
I mean, but he still had a scandal. Like, I'm trying to think of somebody like scandal free. You know, maybe it's more difficult than I'm thinking.
Not many. And I don't know the new crop of people. It's a bunch. Anytime there's an award show,
Timothy Charlemagne's of the world,
all
or
these
whatever.
new people. I'm like, I don't. Is it just me? Where's the next De Niro? Where's the next? The household names. The next Will Ferrell. The next whatever.
I know.
In comedy, think of not only comedy but movies. The guy, there was always like Chevy Chase. He was a big draw. Belushi and Aykroyd, Eddie Murphy. I'm trying to think of the progression. Will Ferrell, huge draw. Saturday Night Live to huge Hollywood deal. Who's coming from SNL now?
I don't know,
being
man.
Shit, they're not. Pete Davidson was the biggest, and he didn't. He's done one movie, and he's mentally unstable because he's a millennial.
Well, that in Hollywood, they did a number on him. They built him up to tear him down quick. I mean, with the quickness, they turned on him so fast.
How they did? I missed the.
It's just in general, it's like, okay, the guy gets a little rub, is getting a little fame, dating this person, he's climbing that dating ladder, and they're like, oh, Pete Davidson's the man, and then like something goes awry, or he's got a mental episode or whatever, then he's like, they just tear him down. And it's like, Pete Davidson seen out here walking apparently depressed. His family and friends tell our sources, all that stuff. And it's like, dude, they really love to build you up to tear you down. That's really all it is.
I think he is one of those people, though. He's one of those downer people. You can't be happy.
Being happy might be, it's a little difficult sometimes.
For someone who's eternally happy, it's hard to understand.
See, that's the thing. You don't get it. People get sad, Mike.
I'd find joy under an overpass. I get my boombox and be doing karaoke for the other homeless people. And now we're gonna do some Sammy Hagar. Woo!
You'd get stabbed so quickly under an overpass.
I would. So stabbed. It's not even funny.
You wouldn't be welcomed in a homeless camp. Like, how does that even go? Those homeless, like,
I don't want to know.
Do they all stick together, or like, is there drama in that community? Like,
I imagine.
Like, what if you're newly homeless? Like, how do you find
a good camp?
Yeah, how do you
go
get in where you fit in?
And they're all like, "Yeah, bunk, we got a place." And then you go to sleep, and they either stab you or they steal all your shit. How? What a horrible life.
or they've got a little taste of like meth, and they're like, "Hey, try this," and then you're hooked, and then you're screwed because now you're deep into that rabbit hole. It's got to be
But
difficult.
do you care? Do you care if you're a meth head? Do you care? You're like, oh, my life is shit. Or you're just like, I need more meth. And you don't even think about your life being shit. I don't know.
If I was homeless, as long as I get my
Never been
steps in, I might get my daily steps in.
Get your steps in.
Good,
Get
yeah.
stabbed in the back.
If I was homeless, I think I'd hang out at a mall. I always said, like, you ever think of those things, like sometimes you're like, if I was homeless, I'd hang out here. You ever go somewhere and be like, why don't more homeless people hang out at this kind of place?
Here.
Right? Like, why would you hang out in the woods when you've got a mall and it's a public place and all you can
call the cops on you. They can spot a homeless person a mile away.
But if you can just manage to make yourself,
they can't do it. That's why they're homeless.
Just presentable enough. I mean, the homeless look is in on some level. You look at the
I passed a kid.
Right? Like
I passed a kid today as I'm driving around, and he's wearing his pajama bottoms because as he walks home from school. His back, and I'm just like, pajamas. I was like, have some respect for the process.
Pajamas, it's the new blue jeans. What are you talking about?
No. What you are, I mean, I'm not, you don't have to wear a uniform. You have to wear a suit to school. Just wear jeans and a T-shirt, for Christ's sake. Have just a modicum of decency.
I don't know, man. If somebody was like, hey, you can wear pajamas to school, I would have been like, wait, seriously? I can just wear
Oh, no.
I just wear this there?
I'm fucking letting my kid wear pajamas to school. Fuck that. You ain't leaving this house in pajamas, buddy.
Your kid will be the only one in jeans, and then he'd get called a dork and a loser, and he'd get bullied for not wearing his PJs.
That'd make him stronger. It'd make him stronger.
Boy, there is an argument to that, but it's an argument that is a real two-pronged argument. Like if you agree with bullying in school or not, or if your kid gets like what's the healthy dose of like getting razzed as a kid versus, all right, that's a little too much.
Yeah.
I don't know where that line. I mean, I have an idea where the line would be.
I think if your kid's getting bullied every day, that's that's too much. Every day, just keep. Yeah. Unless your kid's like a dork.
Well, like there was a family friend of ours, and their kid got bullied. I mean, this is 2 years ago, and literally the kids changed schools and everything's better now. But like they were putting gum in his hair and all this stuff, and I'm going. I was mortified when I'm hearing this because, I mean, I remember kids messing with the kids in school, but like I don't remember people like consistently putting gum in people's hair, and like I think they put a lighter up to his hair one day, like all this stuff. And I'm going, and the principal really didn't do anything about it.
Yeah,
that's the
they're
weird.
Supposed to be so anti-bullying, and they don't do shit about it. They don't do shit about it.
But I don't know what they're supposed to do because then. I don't know. I don't know where that.
If you start suspending somebody for being a bully, they might stop bullying so much.
Or they come. I don't know.
And then you get expelled if you come back with more.
It's weird, but yeah, this kid's getting gum in his hair. I mean, that sucks.
I don't know. I've never been like horribly bullied. Maybe it's just if you.
Yes, you have. Yes, you have.
You bullied me out of the business. Bullied me right out of the business.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, if it's you might just happen like if your child runs afoul of like a little psycho, who's a big bully. He's bigger than everybody. He's a real psycho. Real just I mean, I can see that. Other than like the normal,
like the normal
dated, but just like somebody cutting on you, it's normal.
Yeah,
but I don't know. I've never really had to deal with none of my kids were bullied. I wasn't bullied. I'm not a bully.
I disagree with you there.
I'm a bully.
You've been known to bully. I'm not gonna. Not in your personal life. It's not like you're a personal bully. But you have been a professional bully.
Are you talking about with my work?
Yes. Yes, Mike. I'm talking about with your body of work. Your artistry.
I was a vessel being used by someone else to bully people.
And that vessel is shot into space daily with bully darts.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go over your body of
work.
work.
I was a bully.
Yeah. So, yeah, pretty big bully.
Nah.
Yes.
My bully. Bullies the people they deserved it. Unless I was bullying for my boss.
Okay, exactly.
Then I was a bully for hire. I was not a bully in my personal bits, but
did Mark Lunsford deserve that or no? To be bullied by
yeah, he did.
He did.
I was totally cool with that. I was cool with that. He seemed like
a tweener.
It's a real piece of shit.
It seemed like a tweener to me.
He should. Yeah,
Macho Man. Did Macho Man Randy Savage deserve to be bullied?
Bully. I was total. I'd never forgive myself for bullying Macho Man.
Did Warren Sapp deserve to be bullied?
Maybe, I don't know.
Tweener.
Yeah. He was a big Ned fan too.
Yeah. And then Ned bullied him.
Ned bullied him. It's an honor to be bullied by Ned.
Yeah, Ned did a lot of bullying. That's fun.
Hey, it was a bully show.
Yeah, makes you stronger.
You gotta do what you gotta do. Boy, that was a word. Some of the personal vendettas when it was like I can't even think of the name. It was like some racer. He's like, all right, I want you to take this audio from this racer and make some kind of Lee scrape. Make the Lee scrape hotline. And I'm like, oh, are you fucking shitting me? The Lee scrape hotline?
relevant to
fucking
no listeners.
No, to nobody. God. All right, it's the Lee Scrape hotline with your shitty audio that you could barely understand.
Yeah, you had to do like some Lee Scrape syndrome thing.
Oh my God, it was the worst.
Then you had to talk about some barefoot guy who drove with one shoe on, like some weird stuff. Where
Barefoot McCready.
Is that what it was?
Yeah. Boy, but what I had to do about what the fuck was his name? The state's attorney.
Ober.
Oh. It's like, surprised I'm not in jail right now.
Dude. Yeah.
Bad stuff.
Bad stuff.
Probably the worst stuff ever.
Man, I remember, I'll give you a good one. Charlie Crist. Who is he? What's he doing now? Is he just private sector? I don't know. He used to be a politician, for those that don't know.
I saw him at the Glory Hole on 52, and he said he was working for a law firm.
It's like, come on, dude. It's fine.
We don't care.
Yeah, it's fine.
Nobody.
You and the cock and everybody, it's fine.
It might be give you a boost.
Yeah, revitalize.
At this point in your career, it'll give you a boost. Just come out.
But Charlie Crist, this is years back, and the cuck wanted him to do something for him, and he didn't do it. I don't know all the all the details escape me, but I remember getting a voicemail from Charlie Crist, and he's like, "Hey, it's Charlie. I don't know what I did. Like I'm a terrible Charlie Crist impression, admittedly, but I don't know what I did, but." Can you guys stop? It was like it was one of those things, and it didn't stop, and then we had a poster of Charlie Crist.
Oh wait, I'm remembering that. I'm thinking
in the station on the door of the office,
I may have been part of this.
Oh yes, and I think it said like Charlie Crist for governor or senator, whatever office he was running
at
for.
that time, whatever party affiliation the flip-flopper was doing.
And I don't know who first started, but this Charlie Crist poster, which was just a picture of him, typical political pose, turned into a daily board of like who could mess with the picture more, right? So it started off with like somebody came by, I don't know who originally started it, and put devil horns on them, right? So it's like, okay. And then somebody else put like, Charlie Crist and underneath it, like sodomized my student. And then like, it just got worse. Of course, they blacked out the teeth on the picture. Like by the end of a couple months, this thing was up there and it was just destroyed.
I'm really angry that there's not a picture of that.
Me too, because it was really funny.
Oh, you don't think about that, but
it's really funny.
In social media, that we would have taken a picture and put it on our Facebook.
Well, and then the worst part is having to deal with Charlie Crist after that, because I don't have anything personal. But we ran across our paths crossed in several different scenarios throughout the years. Glory holes now.
And I'm sure he got motherfucked pretty bad.
It was bad, but to the point where like I didn't even want to like say, "Hey, we've talked a few times." Instead, I'm just going, let him pretend to not know who I'm. Just not. It's just get through this meeting, and but I don't have anything against that dude. I mean, and then years later, we're doing shots together at the bottom of this bar in St. Pete and having a good time, and Charlie Crist seemed like a great guy. And I'm going, this sucks, dude. Like, I'm sorry that happened. Like, sorry that you couldn't do a favor for this guy that, you know what I mean? Like, it's just a weird.
He's a con artist. He's a con artist and
You're still going in on Charlie.
Hell yeah.
I don't know.
He's a politician. He's a politician. And boy, anytime you're a flip-flopping politician like he is, he'll be a Republican. He'll be whatever it takes.
That was pretty great.
He would chain gang Charlie to a super liberal. It's like, yeah, we get what you're doing. Hey, you're trying to make a living. But at least just, be honest, you're a complete fraud.
I remember the move that I remember the most about him was one, he was super tan, like way too tan.
Always tan.
Like,
it was a rib.
Like way darker than Hogan at his NWO peak tan days, right? Like really tan, and he had these silver hairs, gray. But
it's good luck.
When he would run for office, he would always pull the move of he would always roll up his sleeves, do the whole sleeve roll up thing. of that
So you
whole.
see how tan he was?
No, is that whole like, hey, I'm a normal guy out here. I'm talking to construction workers. Look at me. My buttoned up suit my sleeves are rolled up. I'm ready to get to work just like you guys are getting to work.
is.
I'm one of you.
You saying he wasn't ready to get to work?
No. But then, then when the campaign's over, they always roll down the sleeves, put on the suit jacket. But whenever they're in campaign mode, whenever I see somebody with their buttoned up shirt, their fancy dress shirt, but the sleeves are rolled up, I'm like, oh God,
Let's get to work. Let's
get
to work.
Ugh.
Let's get to work, Matt.
Time to get to work. Look at
we
me.
should wear long sleeve shirts and
when we come here to hang, we roll them up
and roll them up. It's time to get to work. That kind of symbolism works with
so
the
gross.
average American.
It does.
And like I've always preached, the whole political system is bullshit. Republican, different, it doesn't matter. But I'm not telling you that there's anything you can do about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like all these people now are like, if you vote, you're the problem. It's like, if you vote, if you don't vote, you're getting the same result.
Yeah.
And you're not changing nothing. And the only way you not voting would change anything was if 150 million people didn't vote. That's the only way you would change it. But you think you're going to get 150 million people? And if you did, they would say, well, 3 people voted here and 2, we win. They wouldn't. There's nothing you can do to change. The system is too perverse. It's like Rome. Like the one guy had a horse, represent him in the Senate in Rome. It became so preposterous, like it is now with Trump. It's just a joke. You could say a lot of stuff Trump is doing now bodes well, and he's gonna do some good, or it's just a complete fucking fakery. And when he gets in,
right now it's fun.
Yeah, it's fun to hope.
Yeah.
My fantasy. Did I say this last week, or was this on Cluster?
I
talk a lot.
Yeah, no.
For a guy that doesn't really talk a lot, I talk a lot, Matt. My fantasy is Trump comes in, and he's got a lot of support from people in the military and places to where he can actually get shit done, and he's gonna have to fucking throw out all these people. He's gonna have to do all this, and he's gonna arrest the pedophiles, and we're gonna be a new America. But that ain't gonna happen. But I fantasize that would happen, and that's the only scenario where this country gets better, because we're so rotten and we're so corrupt, and the debt is so bad, and they're not doing anything to solve the debt at all. They're just compounding the debt worse and worse. So we need drastic change. And if it doesn't happen with Trump, well, in 4 years, I think it won't be too late for change. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, it's now or never kind of thing. That's the way it feels, at least.
Like I said, the debt will be $40 trillion in 400 days.
It's nuts.
And so think, okay, when it hits 40 trillion, it's not going to take it 400 days to get.
Just compounds.
It's going to 50 trillion. Yeah.
Well, speaking of voting, I heard an interesting take on property taxes, because I am not a fan of property taxes. It is like disgusting what they do with the amount of property tax. I just can't, it doesn't make any sense to me. I just can't wrap my head around it, right? And then when the past election rolled around and there was a bill to raise property taxes to pay for teachers or something like that, right?
Yeah.
That was the gimmick. That was
for the teachers, Matt. For
right.
the teachers.
So it's like, hey, how can you vote against the teachers? So of course
the
it passed.
The kids. Oh, yeah,
property taxes go up. But somebody pointed out an interesting thing to me, which I don't know, I'd like to get your opinion on it, is you've got people voting in that election on a property tax bill to raise property taxes with people that don't own any fucking property.
Exactly.
And I'm going, I never really thought of that. It just hadn't occurred to me. But yeah, you've got a lot of people voting that just are rent payers or are on government benefits, whatever the case may be. It's fine and good either way. I get it. But like, I don't appreciate them voting on something that doesn't affect them at all, right? Am I wrong on that? Like, I heard that take and I'm going, I think I agree with that take.
That's because you take all the property holders and maybe 65% say no. We ain't paying no more in 30.
Right.
But then every single one of the people who doesn't pay property taxes go, yeah, this is great.
Teachers are awesome.
More for teachers, and I don't have to pay a fucking dime.
Right. Doesn't affect
I
them at
didn't
all.
even think of that, and that's what it is.
And I was like going, it really like affected me. It deeply affected me. And I'm sitting there thinking about that take, and I'm going, that is a really great point. Like, is that something that everybody should be able to vote on? Or like, okay, do you want your property taxes raised for teachers? Well, in order to vote on that, you should have to own a fucking property. Otherwise, you shouldn't have a say in the matter.
It's kind of...
And it's a terrible way to look at
But
it.
but it's true. It's true.
There's some truth to it.
And I never really thought of that. That's why it passes. Because I would probably... I mean... I don't believe in government, and I think they're crooks, but the average person, I think, goes in there who doesn't own property and doesn't plan on owning property for the near future goes, more for teachers? Yes.
Right?
So I think 75, 80%, 100% of people who don't own property would vote for that.
If you had
and that's how
100,
they get it.
If you had 10 acres out here, 100 acres, call it, and let's say you got 500 houses here. All right, let's just, as an example. But you can build an apartment complex that's 12 stories high and have 1,000 people within a 3-acre plot of land, right? All those people, you can't. It's almost like there's more renters than there are people that are paying property taxes now. Like that's the way it feels like, because it's not easy to own a property. But yeah, it really burned me up when I'm thinking about it. I wish there was a way to. I don't want them to vote.
See, the
on that particular instance.
And the politicians would never change that because then they can't get that kind of stuff rammed through. It's like it's like the stadium shit in St. Pete. The $300 million for the stadium. It's like people can't get quality basic services from their government. They got no business funding a stadium for
weird.
A team that doesn't even want to be there.
who constantly threatens to leave.
And it's I get you want to be a fan of a team, but how can you be a fan of a team when the team's constantly going, "Hey, fuck you! If you don't give me more money, I'm leaving. Fuck you!" It's like you're in an abusive relationship with the Tampa Bay Rays, mother effer.
You're exactly right.
God,
you are so spot on.
I say screw the Rays. They can suck it.
Leave. I don't care. Yeah, it makes no difference to me.
Please leave. I'd be out there going, "Hey, get." I'd be out this side of Rays headquarters going, "Hey, we're done with you. Get the fuck out of here. Hey, pack up your bats and your balls and get the fuck out of here."
I do think there is some sweet irony in, and I feel bad for like the service workers and folks that work in the organization for the stadium.
But that's life.
That is life. But the stadium's not being able to be used for this coming season, so they're moving it to Steinbrenner Field or whatever over in Tampa. It's a much smaller stadium, et cetera, et cetera. And I'm sitting there going, well, Rays, you kind of got cocky. You got cocky. You are threatening to leave constantly. Now, guess what? Now you're homeless. That's effectively, for the next season, you're homeless. What are you going to do about it? Well, I guess we'll suck it up. Maybe we'll play at the smaller stadium across the street from the big stadium. Maybe we can just do that for a year. Is that okay with you guys? Can we just do that for a year? And all of a sudden, it's like, all right, fine, you can do that. But it's a weird thing of like all of a sudden they don't have the control, at least for this coming season, because it's beyond their control. It's nature.
I mean, if the Yankees hadn't agreed, maybe you never know. Maybe organizations have heat, and they're like, "Yeah, Rays, you're going to have to be traveling to Atlanta,
wherever.
Atlanta was got the biggest,
Yeah,
they'd be playing in Al Lang Stadium, a real jabroni field. Maybe if the
which one's Al Lang?
I ain't been there. I've always heard about Al. It's a minor league stadium in Clearwater or St. Pete.
Oh, okay, that's the one
the
in
Rowdies
St.
play.
Pete. Okay, that's one
play
St.
there.
The one in Clearwater for the Phillies, that one's pretty nice.
But is it as nice as the Yankee Stadium across from Rage?
Probably not.
They made that.
It's
like a small major league stadium.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah,
it's nice.
And let's get real. That's where the fucking Rays should be playing, because they can't draw more. It's like 14,000 or something like that, 11,000. But that's what the Rays fucking draw.
But that's the funniest part. And I know they got season ticket holders, and it'll probably be sold out just based off of a lot of that stuff, anyways, right? But how?
Oh, it'll be sold out because they're playing in Tampa, and people in Tampa will go fucking see them because they haven't been able to see them because they play in fucking shitty St. Pete, hour and a half away, right?
Yes, that's fair too. But I just I think it'd be great if for some reason they just don't even sell out Steinbrenner.
But they will.
I know they will.
It would be awesome.
Wouldn't it be funny if it's like, okay,
talk about jobbers.
Yeah, I just almost want to. I don't want to see the Rays go, but I kind of want to see. I wouldn't mind a wake up call for them going, oh shit, okay, now we're homeless. Who else is going to have us? And now if you're one of these other cities, you kind of have a, like.
Yeah.
I don't want to say leverage because that's not the right word, but it's a little like, I don't know. You're not the hot chick on the block right now.
I think there's always some sucker that's going to take you. Always some sucker town, some failing town. Sacramento's like, we'll take the Rays and we'll give them $500 million. Because
Las Vegas is going to swoop in.
I don't know. Sacramento's a shit town. I have no idea. Sorry if I threw Sacramentoans under the bus.
No, Baltimore is the horseshit town.
Horseshit town.
According to Huff.
Horseshit town.
Oh, that's great. Love that.
Good times. That's great when a guy can come in and he can talk about Baltimore being a horseshit town, and then you can come out with a song about it, and the guy plays right along with it. That's
well, all that was by design. I talked with him before that. That was all by design. He wanted to get, just like when he was with the Rays, I had him in to talk crap about the Rays a little bit, and that got him dealt. Like it kind of like moved along the process.
Yeah.
And it's somewhat of a bargaining chip on some level. If you look at athletes now, a lot of them will take a page out of the book. Now with social media, now if they don't like their city, dude, like that's it. You don't have to go on a radio show to say it. You can just put one tweet up and going, I don't like the violence here. Place sucks. Want to leave. And then you're gone. Like you don't even have to go through the rigmarole anymore. You can just get dealt like that.
It's a new age. Better times. AJ Linger, 1,000 bits.
Woo! Thank you, AJ the Lingerer.
I think I've been noticing that a lot of the new, I don't know if it's people in music and people on TV, like on Saturday Night Live, they're TikTokers. So we're getting the new group of talent from TikTok. And it's like it's just more of the dumbing down.
Who's a big TikTok? Like for real, I don't know anybody on TikTok. I don't know who these people are.
I don't know them, but I just know I'll see somebody and they'll say, oh, then I'll see an article about them.
Okay.
On like somebody on SNL and they'll be from TikTok. Oh, okay. Do you know Chapel Roan?
No.
She's a new She's the new. I would say she's like that. She's Sabrina Carpenter's the new it girl.
Okay.
And Chapel Roan is down a little bit down below her.
Okay.
And I was scrolling through Twitter and somebody says, "Oh, I really miss the old TikTok Chapel Roan," and it's her, and you can tell she's a lot younger, and she's doing this terrible like story rap to the real simplistic music, and it doesn't really have any flow or anything. It's like not funny, it's not good. And I'm like, so this is, but obviously people liked it. Because we're low-grade morons now, especially when it comes to our humor. The humor has been super dumbed down, and that's where we're getting. They're plucking. It's Jabron Fest. It's Jabron Fest.
Well,
it's total Jabron Fest, buddy. I'm telling you.
It's similar to Netflix. Like we watched a movie called Carry On. It's like a new action thriller on Netflix, and
like carry on
luggage, right? Like carry on baggage. Yeah, it's called Carry On.
I was really hoping for Carry On, which is
Carry On,
CARION, which is a dead animal that the vultures feed on.
Oh, jeez. Well, it would have been better than this movie.
Carry On. Don't give me. Go ahead, and then I can go on my movie rant.
It's just like you know, I wasn't expecting it to be a great movie because it's premiering on Netflix. And there's a reason why they take those movies and put them on Netflix, because they're not quite good enough to draw box office numbers. It's just the way it is.
It is, yeah, that's true.
But I'm going, Jesus Christ, I got to watch an hour and a half of a love story of some TSA agent and some guy trying to get a bag on a plane that's a bomb. And I'm going, I can't. I got done with the movie. I'm going, okay, never again will I go based off of a number one. Well, babe, it's number one on Netflix today. Like, it's new. Like,
Netflix sucks.
Dude, a number one Netflix movie is like a number 50 movie at the box office.
It is. It really is.
It's the equivalent is not even close.
And the quality of everything is not. I mean, everything's so spread out. You know, so you got Paramount Plus, you've got Netflix, you've got Hulu, you've got couldn't even name all the platforms you'd have. So instead of Hollywood making a $150 million blockbuster, which has the state of the art everything and the best actors, and you split it up 30 ways, and now people are making these, and the actors. You're not making $20 million a film anymore. Maybe Tom Cruise is, but nobody's making $20 million. So you got to make 4 films a year when you used to make 1 or 2. So you're whatever. Give me the script. Let's go. You can tell everything sucks. You can it's made like it looks like it was shot from a fucking iPhone, right? Am I wrong?
No, some of it does.
I'm like, fuck. I haven't seen like a really good quality movie that made me go wow in ages, and it's like. Man.
Well, then, like you mentioned, like the Paramount Plus, which I don't have that, right? But like apparently, the way I see it is, linear TV is moving. They're like going, okay, we're going to give linear TV all the bullshit, right? You get the scraps. We're going to put all the new good shows on Paramount Plus, right? Like there's these new. I don't know whether it's the Yellowstones of the world or the landslides, whatever, the Landman with Billy Bob Thornton. Yeah, I think those are all like Paramount Plus shows, and it's great that those are there, but if you like on a Saturday night or whatever on linear TV before, you'd be able to watch like a cool show, a funny movie, like something. Now they're just giving you shit. They're like Celebrity Wheel of Fortune on a Saturday night, like ooh. Or it's all like the really like hokey game show stuff, and they're taking all the like good dramas that used to be on linear and moving those to the streaming platforms, which I get it, but man, they're daring you to cancel. They're like fucking I dare you.
Yeah.
Cancel, I dare you. Because if you cancel, you're gonna go to Paramount Plus or you're gonna sign up for the streaming services. It's just you can only watch so much Wheel of Fortune, and I sound old right now. I can only watch so much, but for real, primetime shows, it's like filler shit. It's filler. It's terrible.
It is, and I was that's just what I was gonna say. Is I sound old. I'm going, boy, but America. I've said this many times. America used to be the paragon of entertainment. The world sought our entertainment. Mm-hmm. It was the best movies, the best TV shows, the best everything. Man, it's a bunch of fucking shit now. It's a bunch of diluted shit. It's diluted shit.
Now I'm going to watch John Wick again because nothing else is on. I'm like, I'll just watch John Wick again and again and again and again.
And it's good that you support Keanu Reeves because he seems like a good guy.
That might be the guy that we were talking about earlier who hasn't.
Keanu Reeves.
Keanu Reeves might be the only one.
I've heard nothing but great things about him.
The reviews are in.
I mean, it's
Keanu Reeves. It is.
It is. It's always something like really good. It's like, he does this, he does this, he does it. He's like, oh wow, he doesn't give a shit. I saw him playing bass for his band, and I say, and he fucking sings and plays bass. God, fucking.
Or you see him burning a heater out on a park bench by a bus stop, and weird random stuff.
Keanu don't care. Keanu don't give a shit.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I'd like to hang out with Keanu, but he wouldn't give a shit about me either.
No, he wouldn't hang out with either one of us. He wouldn't.
Just leave me alone.
Keanu Reeves.
Enjoy your afternoon, Mr. Wick. You've never seen John Wick, have you?
I haven't. Should I see it? He's gonna say no.
I won't give you movie recommendations ever again after The Departed.
I don't remember what the.
Yeah,
what was The Departed?
the one I told you about with Leo DiCaprio, Jack Nicholson. Is it Nicholas? Which one? I always get the golfer and the actor confused. Which one is the
Jack Nicholson?
Yeah, that guy
is the actor.
And it's a great movie.
Did I see that one?
You said you watched it and then you turned it off halfway through.
Are you talking about? I think you're talking about The Wolf of Wall Street.
The Wolf of Wall Street.
Okay.
That's the one I gave you. Yeah, Departed equally as good. But yes, after my recommendation of Wolf of Wall Street, I will not recommend any feature films your way ever again.
Okay.
You made me feel like a silly bitch.
I just didn't care for it. I didn't care for it. I couldn't take his accent, man. I can't. Like
whose accent? What do you?
Fucking Leo. He talked like this, he had a New York accent the whole time, and it's like Tom Hanks was Tom. I watched The Great Imposter or something with
Forrest Gump talked like this the whole time, but it was a pretty good movie.
But that's not an annoying accent. And Tom Hanks talked with a Boston accent the whole time. I was like, it's like, fine. I don't want to hear this. I don't want to hear that. Just talk like Tom Hanks. I don't give a shit that it's...
You don't want them to act? That's the whole point of the acting.
Act, but in a normal accent. You don't have to put it... You can act in your own voice.
Be you, but don't be you.
Yeah, that's the car. Park the car. And I think, I can't deal with it.
All right. Well, I will not recommend John Wick 1, 2, 3, or 4.
I'm gonna watch John Wick. Look, if John Wick is a 5.5 star, it'll be the best movie I've seen in 6 months. So I'm gonna watch it.
It is an absurd amount of killing.
I don't care. Like Rick and Morty's got an absurd amount of
just
killing.
go into it knowing that it's not in any way believable. It's this alternative universe, but it's not like a Marvel superhero thing. It's just this guy who's really badass, and they killed his wife and his dog, and he is out for revenge, and he kills like 180 people in the first movie. It's completely unbelievable, but I love it. It's just a great action movie.
Okay, so over the holiday break, I will watch John Wick. Don and I will watch John Wick, and you will watch the.
All right, what do you got?
The Rick and Morty pilot.
Where do I find Rick and Morty?
I don't know. I have no idea because I watch it on Adult Swim.
Is it a cartoon?
But you could probably get it on anything, Hulu. Or it's a cartoon. I'm not big on anime, like all that shit on Fox. I don't watch none of it. I don't watch none of it. But Weston turned me on to Rick and Morty years ago, and it's like to me, it's one of my favorite things ever.
Is it funny or is it?
It's funny, but it's just good. It's just the lines are good.
Okay.
It's just funny, but I mean,
I will find Rick and Morty.
So John Wick and Rick and Morty.
I mean, if I was gonna recommend, see, I don't want to get in this thing. I would go maybe, John Wick or The Departed or a movie called The Town.
The Town.
Yeah, with Ben Affleck, which
Ben Affleck.
I don't know if you like. I don't know if you like Ben Affleck's movies or not.
I'm trying to think of a Ben Affleck movie.
The Town. There you go.
I don't know if I've seen a Ben Affleck. I remember I saw.
What's the one where how do you like them apples?
The fucking Boston shit again. Fuck that shit.
They're from Boston. Well, then don't watch The Town because that whole thing is based.
Okay, I'm gonna watch.
It's about bank robbers in Boston.
Watching John Wick. I have an unnatural hatred for the Boston accent. I can't take him seriously.
Well, then don't travel there.
No, I won't. Trust me, I won't.
I refuse. I refuse to fly into Boston Airport. I refuse.
It's a bad accent. It's like I've always said, if Albert Einstein had been from New York, he's like, hey, E equals MC squared, and then that's the sound of light. Nobody would have taken him seriously, and we never would have had the theory of relativity.
That's fair. That's fair. What was the...
Just like this, you talk like this, nobody takes you seriously either.
Did you ever,
Matthew?
Did you ever know about the project in Boston, like the underground tunnel or whatever? I remember seeing it on like National Geographic back in the day, and like it was some crazy expensive tunnel under the city or something, and it took like forever to get built. And from the couple guys I know from up there, they're like, it was the most pointless thing ever, like a total waste of money, of time. It took like just an extreme amount of money for this underground tunnel to be built, and everybody's like, how did that even happen? Like, how does that just get
because the people of Boston are
stamped for approval?
stupid. Because they're morons. The entire city.
Are you getting heat with
I think I'm
entire,
getting. Yeah,
entire
I don't
city
think I
of
got a lot of
Boston?
Boston listeners, but yeah, if you do, you're probably not. Yeah.
I'll check our metrics. We're gonna
We'll check our metrics. Yeah.
if we get a spike or a lessening of Boston listeners. Yeah, the Boston Tunnel. I'll have to find out more about that. It was some crazy project.
Yeah, make a project. Dig under the city so we can park the cars under the city. But it was too far.
The Boston Tunnel. The Big Dig is what it was called.
The Big Dig.
Did you ever hear the Big Dig?
No, I didn't hear the. Yeah, that serves them right. Serves them right. They got what they got. They got what they deserved.
And of course, they name it after somebody famous, so then you can like slide through. It's the Ted Williams Tunnel interface in East Boston.
Williams Tunnel.
90 feet below the surface of the Boston Harbor. Yeah, dude, it's
so it goes under the harbor. That thing's gonna. One day, that thing's gonna collapse on people. That's gonna be horrible,
right? Like,
they're fucking built in Boston. Yeah.
Installing 735 precast arch segments.
Yeah, we cut corners.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. I think it was a whole. Yeah, I'll have to look into the Big Dig a little more. Something crazy expensive, crazy over budget or something.
All right, we
is that it?
Yeah, we're done. We're done. We're gonna go to the Hang OT. Don't forget Ned in Your Head. What's today? What the fuck is this? Wednesday. Okay, so Friday night. It's a busy week, so Ned's gonna be Ned After Dark Friday night, 8:00. And thanks for tuning to the Hang. Thanks for the hype train. And
see you next year.
See you next year, mother effers. Have a good one. And have a happy New Year.